Alright, guys, as you can see in the title, we have some messages. Um, okay, let's go ahead and begin. Timestamps will be in the description box, okay? Hello, Taurus. This is for you, Taurus. Taurus, you are looking pretty straight ahead. This could look into your health. This could be regards of your abundance, your fulfillment emotionally, your wealth. You're really tuning in here consciously, and you're going to be gaining control of your mindset. There's um something about you being independent, right? Independizing yourself is what I'm hearing. And this because you want to either heal or just simply gain some type of like success on your own. So right now you are in that Leo energy here, Taurus, meaning you're gaining strength and you're pretty much either breaking the ego or prideful. Maybe you're going to allow yourself to be guided by spirit, guided by other people, or just simply heal your inner child, heal your mindset, and gain skill on how to take care of yourself, to be more independent. Okay? Because if you're serious about what you want to manifest and what you want in life, then yeah, you're gonna have to go through some type of challenge or type of shift in order for you to go ahead and have this sovereignty, right? This divine consciousness, the ability to finally think for yourself and accept that you can do things by yourself without the need of needing to be manipulated, being mistreated, or whatever, with a defect or no defect, with autism or no autism, don't matter. The thing is, you're able to speak, then you're going to do that. If you're able to learn how to think for yourself and how you're feeling, you can be independent. You can live with your parents and still be independent. Hell yeah, you can. Because you're going to go ahead and focus on what are your own triggers. You're going to know what you're hungry for. If it's your spirit, if it's your mind, your body, your emotional body. Taurus, you're going to be right on top of your shit. Okay? And if you guys are in that energy, in the Taurus energy, what's happening is you're going to be just spotting red flags. It could be within yourself, within other people, to which now you see the manipulation. You see where someone was being selfish because of either they were the ones accessing money or they were the ones always paying and always providing. But once you start to learn how to provide for yourself and be that masculine within yourself, hi, welcome, guys. You can go ahead and be independent and just fucking get all the control back to yourself. Because now you're speaking for yourself. You're taking your medication how you feel, not because somebody told you to take it. Now you're going to be a little bit more mindful and self-aware of who's going to be treating you. Sometimes people do have the best interest in taking care of you guys. But when it comes to the own self system, that's when things get manipulated. And sometimes when somebody behaves a certain way, which is there's behavioral health um, actions to which this person acts a little bit crazy, we need help. So we need consciousness about that kind of behavior. We cannot just keep, being tagged and pulled a certain direction and not knowing which. We're not puppets, you guys. So be mindful of yourself and be mindful of who's taking care of you. If you're feeling trapped, if you're feeling some kind of way, speak up, but in the sense that obviously people are not abusing you. But if you feel like you're being attacked either emotionally or spiritually, they can't really do much with the state office. Like, let's just say with the cops. It's just more mindful, more consciousness about yourself. That's just all it is. It's just the energy is pulling you in and out because there's something you have to understand. If it's not you, Taurus, with the red flags, it would be this other person that does not know how to treat you right. You guys do have a really warm, welcoming heart. But when it comes to the point where you have been mistreated multiple times unconsciously or conscious, you guys tend to just forget about the mirror and not even worry about your own grounds, about your own stability, about your own reflections on who you are. You are a sensitive bull. You pouch all you fucking want, but still hold your fucking ground. And you don't. Stand on that, male or female. Especially the men. Some may want to go ahead and be all chaotic and fight and create all this fucking bullshit for no reason. But it's just that some of these men are just so sensitive and they're caught up in that feeling and that emotion. Instead of thinking with their head, they're sitting on their balls. Get up, you guys. Get up. Not, I mean, take it as a goofy thing. Take it as a sensitive thing. Instead of you placing God first, you want to sit on it. Come on, man. You gotta learn. We can be gentle, but we can learn how to sit. Okay? We might not be bitches. We do have some big balls, but it hurts because some of us, I mean, some of you men, let's be real. You men, you know, I'm pretty sure it hurts and you have to sit a certain way or just something. Adjust yourselves. So let's not be too sensitive about things and just really know how to just to sit when it comes to us being a big person or a little person or just somebody that has big something. Okay? Let's just leave it at that. All right, guys. I don't want to do too much. I just want to go ahead and give out whatever came out. And that was that, Taurus. Thank you for watching. And up next would be Gemini. So, Taurus, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Oh, my. All right, Gemini. Oop, I fucked up. For Gemini. All right. Gemini spirit, though. For Gemini. I'm not doing all the horoscopes. I'm only doing the ones that are on the title because those are the ones that I was feeling. Okay. All right, Gemini. It looks like something you hit jackpot. Something to do with jackpot here. Okay. Either you broke a curse, you broke a case, or you won a case here, Gemini. To which finally, thanks to that, you could have the stability that you have. Okay. Look, you gave understanding of everything here, Gemini. Of your experiences, your life, the karma, the karmic growth, the stability, whatever discrimination you've gone through here. It made you pause. It made you stop, like your heart just stopped beating at some point. Like just everything, your senses completely shut the fuck off, like literally shut off. But it was for a good purpose because you needed to learn how to use your discernment. Okay, in a couple of my videos I spoke about that, your discernment, you guys. When spirit blocks us on purpose, is for us to learn a new lesson, for us to use our discernment. So basically, where we were lacking, I was not because I'm saying that I'm perfect or anything. It's just that I understand as a Gemini moon also, I needed to communicate my instinct. I needed to communicate and really pull in my intuition and speak on it. Mande. All right, thank you. So I needed to, again, keep listening to my intuition, but at some point it got abused. So now, Geminis, by you coming forward and finally giving sense to what's been going on with, with the people that you meet, the people that you communicate, express yourself, or just simply express that Gemini energy of you, how you communicate yourself, how you express yourself, just you being in your own aura is what making people jealous. Okay, Gemini? And at the same time, it could just make you look like you're a two-faced, but in reality, you were just giving two type of expressions that made people just wonder about you or where are you coming from. But at the end of the day, it's like, I am who I am. I play two parts in somebody's life without the need of feeling conscious. I could just express myself this way. And if I had to like spread some type of negativity, then it's going to be on purpose. It's going to be on purpose. So regardless if you knew this or not, somebody needs to learn something. If that's what you want to look at it. If not, then I don't know. Like, it just is what it is for you right now. Okay? So let it teach you whatever it needs to teach you. It's just divine consciousness. Maybe, I don't know, fuck around and find out. You'll get karma. And maybe this is a type of energy that people need to express. Yes, like heartache. Okay, what did Gemini lack on when it came to heartaches, when it came down to pain, when it came down to this type of energy? If it's not negative, then what is the positive of it? Did this heartache make you grow? Did this heartache make you a two-faced, or just make you see different things like a mirror, a reflection of your own self? Even though it's not a Pisces energy, it's still a Gemini. It's still going to reflect something. If you're not doing self-reflection and some type of capacity spiritually, then Gemini is going to go ahead and do it, but in communication, vocally. If it's not vocal, it's actions, Aries energy. If it's not Pisces, which is reflecting on your emotions, on the frequency of your own feelings, then obviously, again, you're not going to see no bigger picture of anything, because you're not reciprocating in this new beginning and this new embracing energy that you have outgrown. Because mentally, you're still sitting in that trauma, or just simply sitting in somebody else's fucking trauma. Then now that someone tries to bring you karma because they feel it, you're sitting on it, but it's still mentally. But again, maybe you kept something in secret because you're a positive person. You are loyal to your friends, and you're still, but again, that's not for you to express just because you're staying still for a person. You give them the guidance. They could be your own children. You can give them the guidance and everything, in the dictionary, but at the end of the day, it's going to be them coming out of situations. They're going to use what you gave them mentally, but when it comes to emotion, when it comes to their own spirit, here, Gemini, you're going to have to allow them to express that part of themselves on their own without the need of you coming forward and saying whatever you have to say. All you got to do is just listen. You cannot allow either yourself or somebody else's bullshit to intertwine with when you need to reflect on something for yourself. If it seems too selfish, too two-faced, then I guess the thing is right now, Gemini is communicating with action of this is what it looks like, and this is the energy that you gave me. So if you think I'm a Gemini moon or Gemini whatever, and it's supuestamente like two-faced, then that's what it's going to be giving. Like, I'm not sure if I'm making sense, but whatever Gemini was fed, other than its true nature, then Gemini is going to go ahead and celebrate that and use it against everybody else, to which that's going to be added onto the new consciousness, onto the new generation and this ice age. Okay? And they're not going to be fearful about it. They are going to be more supportive, right? Their energies can be more supportive and more conscious, to which, you know what? I'm going to speak up. I am communication. I am who I am. I like to be vocal. Yeah, see? Even though it's in reverse, I'm still going to manifest communication one way or another with a freaking enemy, or just simply with someone that will bring change into your life and satisfaction as well. Okay. All right. Let's see. All right. Anything else for Gemini? Planning. What's planning? Some of us could have been delusional about grieving over a loss of communication with someone or some people, or in general. The thing is, now you're going to be looking the right way, Gemini, and you're not going to be looking any other way other than just your direction. So whatever comes your way, you're going to approach it. You're going to allow it to be expressed, communicate. And if it's not giving you the satisfaction that you fucking want, right? Then that to you is just going to be immature. You're not going to want it. And it could be the energy. It could be the actions. It could be decisions. Whichever way it goes, you're going to really focus on a person that's going to be jumping for you here, Gemini. Okay? So right now, communication is open for you, and all I say is leave it at that. Okay? Stay open and allow whatever comes your way to communicate. Okay? All right, Geminis. Thank you for watching. Sagittarius. Hello, Sag. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. All right. Communication for you as well. Whoa. Yep, see? A lot is coming in here, Sagittarius. You're going to be in that Gemini energy. And there's a lot that needs to be expressed here, Sagittarius. Okay? So there's going to be rising, moon and rising. Okay? Moon and rising. If your sun is still, it might suit, it might fit, but we'll see. Okay? All right. So it looks like you have completed a cycle to which now you are vocally understanding that people need to hear you, what you're saying. You cannot just be passionate about something and stay quiet about it. If you see something, say something, right? That's what they normally say. But it was some type of insecurity that took over. And this could have been a karmic behavior, or just simply not knowing how to use your intuition. It led you to be obsessed, right? And let's be honest, guys. When we are not so much obsessed, but when we are open to spirituality, and we know our ancestors are just simply our loved ones, which is our parents, depending on your generation, or grandparents, or great-great-grandparents were the ones that were fucking with this thing, right? With everything spiritual. I don't want to say witchcraft, right? But let's say they were just fucking with everything spiritual. Doesn't matter which direction they wanted to go. But as I know someone that did this because they were good at it, I was just reading the book to do the tarot readings. Somebody got obsessed and they kept going, and it just started to awaken the devil or attracting some kind of energy. But at the end of the day, I say that it needed to happen in order for things to just finally end, which was the karmic for everybody, the spiritual fucking fights, right? The welfare, and then the, oh my gosh, it was just horrible. So somebody was insecure, right? And due to that insecurity, they started doing the opposite. Okay, and this could also include worshiping the devil or la muerte instead of the divine, instead of light or consciousness, receiving, excuse me, receiving awareness. That was like a confirmation burp. Receiving awareness, like, hey, there's something going on here, right? We need to think on top of our head. We can be this and that, but again, we're gonna have to be using our discernment, mind and body, to know when something's not right. Because if you sense that your friend is not okay, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, they're just dirty, they're bad, or whatever, you're not gonna try to save them. You can call for help. You can do that. Yes, I'll give you that. You're gonna have to choose a different type of path. We're God's disciples, but at the end of the day, we're not nobody's savior. But what we can do to help to someone and say, hey, you know what? This person calls 911 and like, hey, this person is in the middle of the street. They're my friend. I don't know what else to do. I'm concerned. And leave it at that. Now that's gonna be the state's fucking responsibility now for you to have this friend in safety, right? And they're gonna see, they're gonna evaluate if this person needs the help, and so on and so forth. Okay, I know I'm expressing a lot right now, guys, but again, sometimes we can have to like pull away from things and instead of getting obsessed with other stuff, we can finally mature, grow, and leave the past in the past without the need of gaining revenge by doing all kinds of demonic behavior, demonic worshiping, for these people to pay for the pain that cost you, and getting all dark. And you can like metal, you can like music. Music is music, right? At least that's what I think. But when it comes to you judging something with pain, with negativity, obviously it turns into that. I, as who I am, I like metal. Sometimes I don't have my favorite band or my favorite fucking group or whatever. I don't. But there's times to which I like to just like the rah and the fucking guitar playing. It sounds amazing, especially when somebody knows how to play it correctly. I fucking love it. I love music. I'm open to it. But again, when we are distorted in a different type of way here, Sagittarius, we end up feeding more negativity, and that's when we become either crazy or just simply liars, psychology liars. And we start dragging all this energy, and that's when judgment comes in, because now people are judging us through our actions. It's not on what we spin, on what we do. It's just how we speak to people that sometimes you do not either know how to do in the past, but since now you're seeing it with the communication by you opening your mouth and saying, hey, I need to talk to you. And then you start being more yourself, more open. Even if it's just your freaking intuition talking to your own fucking kids. Well, guess what? You are a mother. You are a father. Of course, you're going to be really putting in your kids, even though to them it might be creepy. It might be like, what the fuck? I don't believe in that. It's not about them believing. It's about you believing who you are to these children. And especially for those that are foster parents or parents from, adoption. then you can call them out. Instead of you like, oh my gosh, I don't know what's wrong with you. You have to be conscious that you adopted somebody else's child that is going to be carrying this type of energy, this type of karma that obviously has nothing to do with you adopted parents or foster parents. Don't matter what title it is. Either way, people, you know, that we're not blood, they're going to come with karma. They're going to come with something. So mentally, consciously, be aware. And this goes for everybody, not just for you, Sagittarius, but the word. That awareness goes for everybody. You have to be mindful of not so much who you're giving birth to, an innocent baby, but if you're adopting a child that already experienced trauma and then you try to feed it properly, it's not going to want it because it still has toxics inside. And this could be yourself too. So give that recognition to your actions and to what you're doing. And it's not like abusing others or hurting someone else because you just want to be ready for whatever is comes ahead. No. If you're feeling some kind of ways because they might be feeling it for themselves, and for you to come in and abuse somebody mentally, it's not right. Or just simply hit them in their emotional state. Just because you don't know how to be honest about something. Or maybe you didn't see the bigger picture about certain things. Okay? And this could just be you simply trusting your own self, trusting your own gut about certain things. Instead of projecting that emotion onto people, that could have just been you to reflect back on you and your own emotions, to be kind towards yourself, Sagittarius. Okay? So continue being kind to yourself. And the more you do so, Sag, the better excitement you'll start pulling in and the more joyful you'll be. Okay? All right. Up next will be Aries. Oh, wait, hold on. Hi, welcome, guys. Timestamps will be down on the bottom in the description box. Aries. This is going to be Aries moon. Aries moon. Aries, Aries, Aries. Okay. Hold on. Aries, what's going on? It's like you're ready to mark a set, go. Like you're ready to fucking go. Yeah, see that we have, yeah, you're 8 of Wands. You're fucking ready, Aries. You know, you have been expanding your damn consciousness and it's ready to fucking go. You've been either kind or sweet with shit or with people or just simply being fucking patient at this point, Aries moon. To which now people are really starting to awaken to their own insecurities, to their own misery, or just simply to their own consciousness that have been very mature with relationships, right? Like you're just communicating how immature people are. You're giving that energy here. Fucking Aries. Okay? And to all the partners that come forward to you, they're gonna have to come in with light. No drama, no emotional baggage here, Aries moon. We're not doing that shit. And you want them to be themselves. Even if they're goofy, if they play for just simply a serious fucking person, you don't care. The thing is, just be your fucking self, and that's enough for me. This is just to build a relationship or a safe foundation with someone or people just in general. And this is what's radiating. This is what your energy is giving. No matter if you're Aries sun, Aries rising, this moon, this Aries moon energy is going to be flowing to the whole fucking collective in its own way. Okay? But again, we're going to be in Gemini energy, which is communication. You're radiating positivity. You're radiating don't fuck with me. And if you're not serious, I'm going to radiate. It's like you are literally radiating red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag to certain people. And they're like, well, what the fuck's she talking about? I don't get it. But they're going to be tuned in emotionally to which they're going to see eye to eye. Holy shit, I fucking know what she's talking about. Something about your energy is going to pull them in and out in secret. So you can go ahead and cleanse their energy. So you can go ahead and spark something up somebody's ass or just ram them in the ass. You know how us Aries are. We just call people out. If it's not through emotion, it's consciousness, it's actions. If not that, it's through word and spirit. We're just going to be talking, but in between words, yeah, we all receive messages. And it's strange for some people because we're just hitting them where they thought they didn't know they could feel. And this is radiating fucking hard, you guys. Again, no matter if you're an Aries or not. But this is the energy right now. Consciously, this is what you're giving. If you're not going to be nice, don't talk to me. Because I do have a red flag. And that red flag is I'm going to beat the fuck out of your fucking ass. You're really saying that, Aries. You've had it enough. And again, doesn't have to be an Aries. You can be another sign watching. And hey, this is what you're giving. Okay, no matter how much of an asshole you were once upon a time or how much of a softie, either way, we all learn boundaries. Either way, we have to learn how to protect ourselves and not let nobody abuse us. Duh. But obviously, we're all going to have karma regardless. If you were conscious of behavior, right? Of your behavioral health and everything in between, you took advantage, then hey, karma's going to come back and hit you in the ass. So let's not go there. Your masculine and feminine are looking pretty tight. They're looking pretty good. You are moving mountains, but at the same time, you're allowing God, Spirit, the universe to align with when it's yours for you to have it. You're not going to be, you will be patient mentally, but when it comes to the emotion, you're just going to allow a masculine to do the work. If that makes sense. So you're going to be attracting people, male or female, into your space. So you can just feel that, I don't know, it's just something. Like this could be helping you heal. It could be helping you to ease out your karma. You're maybe feeding another spirit, another person, your healthy self. And as they're doing the work, you're getting triggered. You know what I mean? You're giving energy and you're pulling in and pulling out. And this is just a way of you really allowing yourself. And who knows, maybe this could turn into a relationship with someone. Maybe they see you as, you know what, a good friend, a good leader, someone that could take the wheel whenever they are down or whenever they need something. They could fucking call you and be like, yo, Aries, come through. I can't do this for myself. I cannot do this for myself. Okay? So maintain yourself, not so much positive, but just conscious of the energies around. And if you have to close off, Aries, emotionally, then you do so because you're protecting yourself. You can go and hit people mentally because that's what Aries do. They hit you in the head. And it's not that we don't think, is that we're not going to tell another Aries about themselves other than just their actions. We can do that. We can tell you, hey, I'm head bumping you because you are closed off emotionally. What's going on? And this is an Aries female telling an Aries male. Sometimes males, they maintain positive and they allow spirit to guide them. But sometimes they can go into a very long journey when you can just cut a few steps and then reach to the top. Why? But they want to keep doing other shit, then all right. Then lessons are going to be learned along the way. Drama might be drawn in because you got involved with certain people, to which again it led to some of you people, men, women, to get abused. Okay? Or just simply be in certain scenarios. Not so much abused, but just be in scenarios that you did not need to be in the first place. Okay? All right, Aries, those are your messages. Again, be yourself. Reflect where you have to. Let people know about themselves, and you continue healing in silence. Mwah. God bless. Hello, Leo. Leo. Timestamps will be down below in the description box once the video is uploaded. The only ones in the title are the ones I'm going to be doing because those are the ones that I was drawn to do. Okay? All right. All right, Leo, what are your messages? Divine consciousness. You're trying hard is what I'm seeing here. You're really like, or you're starting to be, or you're going to be doing, like allowing yourself to be more in tune with your emotions, with what you're feeling, what you're sensing, and then allowing it to guide you. This could do based on partnerships. Okay, something about this relationship or the energy itself is teaching you about either positivity or just simply being happy and joyful with and loyal with what you have in the moment. Okay, so if you're feeling insecure about a relationship or feeling inspired about a relationship, but you are with someone, then what are you going to do at this point? You're going to allow it to outgrow you, okay? And once that happens, then you're going to go ahead and plan ahead or start planning later on what to do next. Because you do have the ability to grab what's yours and walk away, right? You can put your mind, body, and spirit and conscience, like burden about it, you know? You're not going to speed up anything. You're not going to walk away from it. You kept the word, and the word is to continue being with this person if you are in a romantic relationship or in a partnership, you're in a business partnership is what I'm getting. But look, if you're gonna do this, Leo, do it. Do what you gotta do. But I just say, just leave. You know, why are you holding on to something? Why are you waiting for something to happen? If it's already making you feel and think a certain type of way, or it's in the way of something much better, but you see that maybe they have potential, don't just focus on the potential. They have to fall emotionally. This person has to want it in order for them to make the change. Okay? So don't hold on to that burden. Don't be delusional about this person. It could be your girlfriend, it could be your boyfriend, your brother and sister, anybody. A job, a career that still hasn't taken action or just simply taken off just yet because it's not time yet. And you're just allowing it to still develop that clientele, so on and so forth. But outside of that, it's like right now you're focused on consciousness. Like it's just consciousness, okay? Your relationships with yourself, with people, with your job, your career, your daily life activities, you know, that type of deal. All right, for Leo spirit. Messages for Leo. Like you want to share personal information. Either you're trying to figure out how to do that, how to really, I don't know, kind of like invoke spirit, but in a way that it's not either attracting, I don't know, negative spirits or heartaches or just people that are broken. Yeah, see, you either way, you're still gonna bring people together, or just people will be attracted, because now you're not attracting them through their heart, you're attracting them by their mind. A kind-minded mind could attract a kind-minded heart. Okay? It will attract that. Because people that have been beaten, they're emotionally closed off. But consciously, mentally, awareness, they know how good looks like. They know what real looks like. They know what real sounds like. They know the sound system. They know how the heart beats. They just know. These people or somebody here was emotionally fucking closed off, or just simply were not able to hear the truth of anything because of what they saw. Maybe somebody saw so much trauma within the communities that it's like, why is there so much hate when I have so much love in my heart? Why are people like that? Why are people like that? So now it's like I tend to close off and not hear nothing. But again, don't just close off and forget about things, you guys. You're still here. You are still here. You need to sense what's going on around you, your own abilities, and not be afraid of it. Because all that darkness and light and dams and fireworks and whatever, it's all yours. You can either cry about how much weeds there is in your garden, but look how much beauty there is, how much color. You water your own garden, even though it's just a tiny little box or just one side of your fucking brain because the other one's shut off. Well, what are you going to do, right? What? I'm doing what I want. I'm pleasing myself. I'm whatever. Okay, cool. But as a fucking spiritual practitioner, are you feeding your spirit? Don't feed yourself all about pride, because it's not just about pride, honey. And I know you guys know this. We have what we have because of God. But again, give yourself credit because you have been doing the work here, Leo. You've been manifesting your life. You've been working hard to stand on your 2 feet, not your 2 toes. Not back on your toes, back on your feet. Literally. Because you've held strength from this kingdom. You know, it could be the animal kingdom. It could be just God's kingdom. The empire, the emperors. You are who you are, and you brought that energy back to life, to which is possible to manifest. Okay? All right, Leo. Why the 7 of Cups? You're not going to be taking no disrespect. And you're going to be really smooth with it. You're going to be very smooth with it. Okay? You're not going to hold grudges against people, but other than just walk right past them, right past their own insecurities with your pride, with what you got going on. And you're just going to be, you're going to be yourself. You're just going to be. This is not going to anger you. You're not going to be in tune with it or nothing. You're just going to be you. You know, let people look at you like you're a fucking sexy snack when you walk by. Or like, what's her name? Like, oh my gosh, from Lion King. So Ravi, when she's walking up to fucking Scar and all the hyenas are just going crazy at it. That's you right there. You're gonna be the one walking in that fucking path, and everybody's gonna be just rah, 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 wanting you, you know? But it's just all hate. They wish they could have you, even if it's just for you to fucking be eaten or your head cut off. Either way, they can't get you. They can't get to you. And they can go and circle around from the past. They cannot touch you. You cannot be touched, Leo. Okay? Your strength is it's coming up and bigger than ever, which is amazing. And this is not just for you, it's also for the collective. Okay? As a leader, you know, not so much in Aries, but also just consciously in my family, I was my mother's strength at some point. Now I'm my own strength. We have to stop letting go of people and things and stuff like that, so for us to continue rising and blossoming and not be stuck in somebody else's bullshit. Okay? Alright guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on your next reading. God bless. Hello, Pisces. Alright, Pisces. Messages for Pisces, divine consciousness. For Pisces spirit, divine consciousness. Okay. Alright, Pisces, collective. It looks like we are reflecting, we're staying still, and we're understanding where this heartache is coming from. Okay. And we're starting to see where we were lacking loyalty and where we were not recognized. Okay. Where we were lacking. But now that we're staying still and again regaining our strength, we're starting to finally ease out and step out of that ego. And really respect our spirit, or just simply the divine, to bring us consciousness and awareness to whatever happened to us was on purpose. And that was to help us heal freaking traumas, karma, and start supporting ourselves emotionally and mentally, and let the children be children, or just simply rise. And this is just the new generation that's coming in, and it's starting to feed relationships around them. Okay, consciousness, conclusions, karmic, like, hey, this is real, you know. Don't be afraid of it. There's nothing to be afraid of it. I'll just understand that you don't do that to people. People were having a different kind of vision of spirit, that it was coming to attack them, when in reality it was just all movement from the distractions from the past, in order for them to heal the karma that they had. But fear took over. But there again, there's movement, the distractions of what was going on from the past. But now, due to that, we can finally smell the fresh air. We can reflect calmly with the need of getting angry. Again, we held that vision of grief, what grief should look like, what communication should be like. Now is no. If I want to feel comfortable, if I want to be obsessed with just by me expressing the love, expressing the word of God, expressing the universe, or just simply talking about consciousness and stimulating the mind, the body, and spirit, then that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to be reflecting on. And we're always going to be awakened, you guys. And what I mean by that, we're not going to be, excuse me, we're not going to feel the same way. So for instance, let's say, like myself, I've been walking with God all this time, right? I've been walking with God all this time. I had a few partners. They really didn't align with me and my God. So I said, okay, whatever. Moving on. Now, consciously, I don't mind talking about God. I get so passionate about it and my experiences and just God itself, the universe, spirit, and just mind, body, and spirit. So yeah, I am a disciple. So when I reflect on that, I'm not obsessed about spirits and demonic stuff and worshiping that devil. No, spirituality is about mindfulness, kindness, rituals that are positive, rituals that are going to be helping you getting out of the mentality prisonation, fucking emotional trapped, detached, or attached, or just simply to open your third eye. Okay? And to find growth and healing, growth in everything around you. But we want to feed negativity onto something that's also light. Okay? We cannot just close the door on one thing and leave the other one open. We're going to have to learn how to be delusional about shit instead of causing chaotic within ourselves. And find the balance between two worlds. The yin and yang. You know, the yin and yang, guys. Study it. You know, a lot of us sometimes don't understand because we have to go through it, or we just don't see it because it's not hitting us the same way that might be hitting other people. But once you start seeing things consciously, then there will be movement because there's knowledge now. There's trust. There's trust in oneself. There's trust in the universe. There's trust in whatever else is happening because things are shifting. If it's not the person in the physical realm, it'll be the energy itself upstairs in the horizon. Okay, Pisces? So all this energy is just reflecting, and that's what's happening right now for you, Pisces, and for the collective altogether. Depending on the person who's watching, depending where you're at, mind, body, and spirit, you're grabbing your yin and yang, which is your masculine and your feminines, and finally you're coming together and you're trusting your intuition, you're trusting your gut. And when something tells you to go, you're going to go and you're going to keep swimming. Because this is what you do. You reflect, you swim, and then you stay somewhere. And that's what you're going to be calling home. Okay? All right, Pisces. Thank you for watching. Let's see. All right. Thank you for watching, Pisces. That was your messages or your message. Oops. Aquarius. Messages for Aquarius. Aquarius, satisfaction. Ace of Cups. Where are we heading with this? Okay. Collective. Finally, a progress, satisfaction towards where we're pouring our energy onto. And this is you finally pouring onto your sun and your rising, which is your true identity. Okay, you are your own soulmate. You are your own best friend. You are your own emperor. Okay, and you planted your own seeds. Now the wind, now the water is going to be going your direction, which is the emotion, the energy, the feelings, the communication, the everything. So yeah, you've gone through a massive change here, Aquarius. You showered yourself with the fear of other people. So Spirit took you on a journey. It took you on a journey for you to come out of that fear and to understand that you cannot be insecure about who you are. Okay? You cannot be insecure about who you are. Allow Spirit, allow yourself to gain access to yourself again and then move forward. And that's going to help you change. That's going to help you grow and just liberate you from whatever energy is holding you back from feeling excited, feeling the joy, and really understanding that there's growth that needed to happen. Okay? Even though you're grown, sometimes we do need that stability, that light, that brightness, that inspiration, or just simply that inspiring message from someone, other than just receiving it from synchronicity. It could just be someone like me really kicking your ass, calling you out on your shit. Okay? So, communicate, allow this energy to flow through you and out you. And as it's doing so, you're going to start feeling different. You know, you can't, ¿cómo se dice? Ignore something that maybe the divine wanted you to learn. And that was consciousness, awareness. I could lay it on here, I could say so much, but at the end of the day, it's going to be you to know what that was. Or just simply understanding that you're an empath, that you are psychic. You know, if it's not, I mean, we need to go through hell. I mean, sometimes we have to go through hell to mature. If it's not our physical, if it's not our mind, it's body, it's spirit, you guys. It's our spirit. Our spirit needed to mature. So due to that, obviously, we've dragged the devil. Fuck, man. A lot happened. But we are who we are. We are the guides. We are the disciples of God. We're going to be following through and out of this word and follow through. And the more we kept going, the more it just awakened us to do more work. And, well, fuck. That took us on a journey here. Okay. Let's see. Divine consciousness. Aquarius. Divine consciousness. Okay. Nourishing. I love that. Oh, shit. Yeah, I see. We're going to be nourishing ourselves with passion, Aquarius, with positivity, inspiration, and knowledge. Because if you think about it, that's all life is. That's all life experiences are, right? Life is all about experiencing. That's why God gave us life, to experience it. It's not about having all the money, having all kinds of bitches and houses and whatever. Yes, we can have all of that. But we need to know when to really, okay, this is enough. Let me stop. Let me be thankful for the little things, right? And call it a day. We can be greedy at some point, but at the same time, we can have to really know when to step down and just be grateful for the little things. You cannot just stand in one leg and just do tricks. We're going to have to really rest on that and go back and do another trick. Because either the leg gave out or the audience will just want something, a new trick. But since you're an Aquarius, you know, you You have your own abilities, and it's magical. Very nurturing, very mothery. And you literally blow up people's asses when it comes to then completing a cycle, or just simply understanding karma, or yeah, karma, but the delusional about it. So you had to go through something with relationships here, something karmic within the astral, within the ancestors, your bloodline, etc. Because whatever you were taught was to grow spiritually and mature your spirit, understand that you guys are an empath, and again, to clear out emotional distress from your bloodline. Okay, a lot of you guys had gone through a lot, and I remember when I fucking started reading, you guys were just all over the place. It was unbelievable. Okay, so I'm glad to say that you guys are in a way better place. Finally, you know, not everybody suffer like you or I, but it's all good. Emotion is still something, you know, pain is pain. Like, just acknowledge that, or just simply recognize that, hey, it was not okay, right? All right then, well, here we go, guys. We're done. Thank you for tuning in. Timestamps will be down below in the description box if you guys want to come back and rewatch the reading once it's uploaded. Okay, all right guys, thank you so much for watching. Mwah. Love ya.